Picture this. The year is 2020, and Hollywood, for some reason, some very odd reason, is still making Mexicans the villains of all these action films. Like, this is weird, man. If not, Mexicans to Asians, or Arabs, or Russians, or Africans. Just starting to see a pattern here that not liking it. No, no. Oh, hi. Hello, motherfucker. Hey, hi, how you doing? It's Weezy F, baby. Come on, take the shit. You know what? I shouldn't be a rapper. Wow. Anyways, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title, I'm doing a quick review on Bad Boys for Life, the third installment. I was led to believe that it was the last one, but after I watched the movie, I realized that it wasn't the last one. It is, in fact, the third one, and it looks like this might be a franchise. I hope it becomes as ridiculous and awesome as Fast and Furious, because that franchise is so hilarious. I don't think they drive anymore. They're not fast, they're just furious now. Furiously fighting villains, furiously flying from the air, furiously typing on computers. Yeah, weird. Anyways, so I finally watched Bad Boys for Life. I know in my previous video I said I'm gonna watch it, got paid there, but hey man, things happen. People go out, have fun, and they forgot that they were supposed to watch a movie. So I finally did. I watched it yesterday. I'm a bargain queen, so I watch movies at Stir Kinnick on Tuesdays because it's half price if you are a Stir Kinnick member. So don't say I never did anything for you in life. Now you know, half price on a Tuesday, and I think New Metro on Wednesdays it's like 40% off. So this is how I'm able to watch so many movies without breaking the bank. Also, I don't eat popcorn because I don't believe in that philosophy. It's very distracting for me. I feel like I'm not paying attention to the film. I'm weird, I know, but no thank you. So let's get right into the review. So I honestly loved it. I really loved it. I thought it was hilarious. It was jam-packed. You know, there were like nice plot twists. The pace was really good. There were moments of sadness, quickly, sort of, not even quickly, but slowly then led into moments of bursting out, because then the scene would get ridiculous or be awkward. And I just appreciate the chemistry between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, finding acting duos that can sort of bounce off each other. I feel like it's such a rare thing. I feel like sometimes actors want to be the star of the show, forgetting that, you know, it's a partnership, it's a collaboration, so you need that kind of sort of chemistry. I would have loved to see this kind of chemistry with Chadwick Boseman and Lupita when they kissed in Black Panther. Oh my gosh, I still feel like that's like the worst kiss in Marvel history, because God, it was awful. Sorry. Okay, fine. Let's get into Bad Boys for Life. So it wasn't directed by Michael Bay like the previous two. He made a cameo in this one. Michael Bay, you might know him from Transformers. He is very much known for zooming in on Megan Fox's sort of bosom area and bum area more than the actual machines. How can you not zoom in on Optimus Prime? Like, why? Optimus Prime is the G. You know what I mean? So, but the cinematography felt very familiar because there were like shots that Michael Bay had used in the previous two, that these two directors, they're a duo from Belgium. They kind of use some of them to kind of pay homage to Michael Bay. So in that, it felt very familiar, felt very nostalgic. The only difference was, of course, it was more tech savvy, and there were new faces. Yeah, and it was more now as opposed to more back then. So I'm just gonna start out listing the things that I didn't like about it. So I personally didn't like the fact that a Mexican person was the villain. I think it's time we move away from that, especially because there's not a lot of representation on screen of people that are Latinx or of Hispanic descent, and kind of always having that Pablo Escobar-esque image of them is very unfair. I feel like there's Jane the Virgin. I can't even say that girl from Modern Family because she also plays into a stereotype. There's Jennifer Lopez from Hustlers. So there are different ways of seeing Latino people outside of them being drug dealers or really dumb and really beautiful. Like there's so much conversation on that. So that's what I didn't like about it. I also didn't like the fact that like Will Smith was sort of like, I know he's a douche, but he was like a big douche in the sense that he was very much undermining. Like there was a scene in the film where he undermined someone who was his superior, literally his lieutenant, and she was a woman, and I think that made it worse. That she was a woman, they'd previously dated, so they had the history, and she literally tells him not to do something and he does the exact opposite. I think that whole idea of being rogue and being like a vigilante is so reckless. It it puts a lot of it creates a lot of collateral damage. So I wasn't really a fan of that. Okay, now moving on to things I loved. So like I said, the chemistry was amazing. It felt very familiar. I cried a little. I laughed a lot. There was so much hilarity, and there was so much action. Like every scene left me at the edge of my seat. And I liked the fact that they were touching on partnership, a different kind of partnership. I think usually when we look at partnerships, we look at kind of romances and how they are important in shaping our lives. But I think friendships are important in shaping our lives. I mean, Marcus and Mike are friends who, well, they're colleagues who became friends and sort of life partners in a sense because they get to, offload on each other. They get to come back from a very hectic day, kind of being thrown in a very dangerous kind of setting, which is what I think I kind of forgot a bit about, how like police work is so dangerous. People can literally die. Like today could be the day where a criminal decides that, okay, they're gonna shoot you, or your partner accidentally shoots you. So I just appreciated that kind of take on centering friendship, and part like that kind of partnership. But also the inverse of that was the fact that, like, their slogan, we ride together, we die together, bad boys for life. I think it needs to be unpacked in a sense that that mentality can be very dangerous. It's sort of like a ride or die mentality, and it can be very dangerous because, so are you basically saying that if I see a situation and it's super dangerous, I must still risk my life because I said I would ride with you? So I didn't like that part. I think loyalty is great, but loyalty to a point, is good. If it's beyond that, where it compromises your values or even your life, then I think it's time to reevaluate it. Oh my gosh, this is getting so heavy. Jesus. Then the other thing that I liked about one of the themes was vengeance, and how vengeance, it's very all-consuming. And it's the whole idea of, when you're angry at someone, it's like holding a coal, a hot coal, and then kind of assuming or hoping that the other person will get hurt. And that's not the case. You'll get hurt because you're holding it in. And vengeance is very much that. It's kind of holding something, trying to inflict pain on someone else, but forgetting that it is actually consuming you, it is destroying you. And that was literally the theme throughout the whole movie, like running. Either it was Mike's kind of way of being like, okay, he wants revenge on these people, those people also wanted revenge on him, and it was also like a generational revenge because those people had lost someone, who was like a figure to them, and then because that person died, they decided that they were going to carry on the vengeance. Like, why? It's like, if my mom is angry at someone, That's not my anger to carry. Like, no, it's like I'm just entering people's businesses. I don't even know like the history of what happened, and all of a sudden I'm angry at the person because my mom was angry at them. So it's kind of like a look at that of vengeance is, it's not great. People can die. Oh, people, well, it's an action movie, people be dying. People can die. So vengeance is not good. Vengeance is not good. Then the other thing I liked about was sort of how they subverted certain roles. Like, you know, usually stereotypically the Asian person is like the smart guy in the group who's like also tech savvy. So in this one, it was sort of the opposite. The white dude who was sort of muscly and bulky, he was the tech guy, you know, he was the one who was in the van. He was the, is it Wade from Kim Possible? He was the one in the van basically helping Kim, you know, or helping Marcus and Mike navigate whatever challenges they were. And then the Asian dude was the goofy one who said inappropriate things half the time and basically was like doof. And then the gal, the baby gal's Vanessa Hudgens up in this bitch. She was basically like the muscle. Like whenever they were going on like missions, they'd be like, "Hey, you got it, right?" She's like, "I got it." She looked actually kind of badass, strapped in like all that gear. Like she looked hella badass. So I love that subversion. I think it's really awesome to kind of see, you know, different races, different genders, different creeds in different roles, because that actually is a reality. Like not all Asian people like tech or are smart. They can be goofy, they can be the muscle guy, you know. Yeah. What else? What else do I love about it? I think yeah, that's about it. I think it's yeah, it's a nice kind of feel good movie. So I love that, and I'm always all about kind of seeing black or people of color leads leading like a box office hitting franchise. I love that. So just also to kind of go back to the familiarity, Marcus's wife also comes back, and the captain, I think it's Conrad, he also comes back, and also Reggie. Reggie, remember Reggie? Remember Reggie? If you don't, this video will refresh your memory.
Who the fuck are you?
Hi, Mr. Bennett. I'm Reggie.
What you doing here?
Came to take out Megan.
What?
I came to take out Megan.
How old are you?
I'm 15, Mr. Bennett.
Motherfucker, you look 30. Show me some ID.
I don't have none on me.
You don't have no idea. Get your ass up against that wall. What the fuck's your problem? You think you know it all. You little young Thundercats. You got joints on you?
No.
You smoke that shit?
No, sir.
You trying to get my daughter high? You smoke that shit?
Nigga, who that is,
It's
John?
Reggie!
Who the fuck is Reggie?
Came to take Megan out.
What you want, nigga?
I'm here to take his daughter out.
What's your name?
Reggie,
Well, no, I heard the motherfucker say your name, Reggie. You taking Megan out?
Yes, sir.
How old is you?
15.
Shit, nigga, you at least 30.
This is
Can
Mike.
you fight? You can fight. Oh, you motherfucker, you can't fight. Look at
Mike,
you. Look.
Mike.
No, I want to know if the
Mike.
nigga. I
Mike, come
want
on.
somebody gonna
This
take
is
my
a
niece
dog.
out. I want
This
to
is
know
a
if the nigga can
dog
fight. Somebody might.
Reggie, shit, motherfucker, you look 30. Like Joe Reggie Manabat. Anyways, he comes through. He comes back. And just to put kind of like a mini damper, there's actually a very sad death in the film, which sucks a bit. But it is what it is, you know, these things always come full circle. So yeah, that's it. That's my take from Bad Boys for Life. If you are looking for something jam-packed, hilarious, seeing Martin Lawrence and Will Smith do their things again, and just kind of having fun and remembering, you know, bad boys. It's definitely a movie worth watching, and I think that there might be another one in the works. It looked like it. It ended on a bit of a, not a cliffhanger, but basically, you know, when they do the thing where there's room for more, like there's more things coming. So yeah, so that's what I loved about it. It was really awesome. It was really fun to watch. I'll watch it again and again and again and again. So yeah, so that's me, guys. I hope you have a great... Am I uploading this on Thursday or Friday? But anyways, have a great rest of the week or weekend, depending on which day I upload this. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Hey, bad boys for life.